are back at Sidebar, and we're doing a little interview switch up for you. We are with Veli Ivanova. She is the Sustainability Services Leader and also in charge of climate change action in the Americas for EY. Veli, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So it's wonderful because you have an announcement that you made last week. Commitment to becoming carbon neutral by the end of 2020, 11 months from now? Oh my goodness. You have done this, been working on lots of these things for about a decade, but what is the goal and what's your plan for getting there?
Sure. So we're really excited about the announcement. We've been working behind the scenes for quite a while. As I joked last night, we're drinking our own medication. So we've been doing this type of work for client organizations for over a decade. And we thought it would be really important for us to take that same medication and announce our plan to be carbon neutral by the end of the year. And it's really exciting because, as you can expect, the biggest impact of a professional services organization is our travel. And with that in mind, we are really looking at different ways of how we can improve our carbon footprint. Our employees are really the driving force behind that commitment. We are private partnership like the other big four. So we really don't have investors except the partners. And really our drivers are our employees, particularly our young people who are very committed to sustainability, to ESG topics, and including climate change and reducing our impact. We have a very practical plan, which our global CEO announced last week, and we're really excited. We hope we will make it happen.
I would love to hear some of the strategies that you're considering to offset the carbon footprint of your employees' travel.
So, we're considering a whole suite of different strategies. Reducing our travel, using technology, using video conferencing, using all kinds of ways that modern technology offers us to connect better as virtual teams, connect with our clients. We are also considering carbon offsetting, and we have power purchase agreement in place as well. So really a suite of different strategies really to help us achieve the goal. But again, the ultimate purpose is, we don't own facilities, we don't own really that many physical assets. We're really catering to the interest and passion of our biggest asset, which are our employees.
So EY's history obviously is accounting, right? People auditing and making sure that companies are meeting up to the things that they say. And there's a shift in this world now going from the sort of declarations of short-term value into long-term value.
Yeah.
How is EY at the center of the long-term value discussion?
That's a very interesting question, Heather, because we've been so passionate about long-term value for many years now. EY, together with the Coalition for Inclusive Capitalism, convened about 30 organizations 2 years ago, and we worked with asset owners, asset managers, asset creators on coming up with a methodology that is dedicated to long-term value, really looking at the stakeholder expectations and how we can measure these expectations towards creating long-term value for the broader suite of stakeholders, not just investors. Obviously, investors at the center of our work, but we really thought that it's critically important to really look at the desired outcomes from sustainability programs, from investment, from innovation, for the broader set of stakeholders. So employees, communities where we live and operate, obviously consumers. So really passionate about that. We launched our report of the first phase of the EPIC, which is the Embankment Project for Inclusive Capitalism. I know it's a mouthful, but the shorter version is EPIC, together with all of these 30 organizations in November 2018. And since then, we've been working with a lot of client organizations as well as peers on further refining the metrics around measuring long-term value. Because as you said, that's our strong spot, really, measuring and calculations and accounting and really focusing on the metrics of outcomes. So with that in mind, earlier this year, actually at Davos, we published another report together with the other big four. It's always been the idea for open source methodology. We're really open to other collaborators. So we published this report at Davos that is actually a publication that is a draft for consultation with a number of other stakeholders, looking at the metrics again, how companies can start reporting in a more concise, more comparable way, more credible way around the long-term value that they create. We've used different types of frameworks and standard setters that have already existed in the public space. Really looking forward to creating the metrics for the long-term value creation.
Well, good luck on that journey. We're out of
Thank you.
time. Thank you for joining us here at the Sidebar.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to be with you guys.